I'm excited to have you on today because if whether you know it or not, from signing to just starting to work, you've done several commercials very quickly.
Yes, which has been mind blowing, honestly.
Yeah,
Right.
how does that feel?
Oh, it's definitely a blessing. I didn't expect for my year, especially right after signing to Leighton, to happen. It was just like it moved all so quickly.
Yeah.
Yet at the same time, it was like a slower pace, but it came like when I look back at the year, I'm like, oh my goodness, I was just completely blessed with all of these opportunities. And so I've just been thankful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it doesn't always happen that way, but I'm really glad it happened to you because
Thank
that
you.
says something about your spirit and your energy. And
Mhm.
sometimes just the planets, I say it, the planets and the universe and God, it all kind of comes together and the
Mhm.
magic gets to happen. And it's a beautiful thing. And I would love for you to share a bit about your learning experiences along the way, because I'm sure already a couple commercials later, you feel different.
Oh, yeah.
And what are some of those experiences you feel that helped you understand what's expected of you? Not just the audition process, doing a self-tape, maybe a callback in person, but then being on set. Set etiquette is something that you can take for granted. And,
Yeah.
and I'm sure on commercial one felt very different than it does now.
Oh, completely, completely. To start with the audition process, it's been interesting because a lot of the opportunities that I've gotten, the very little of them required auditions.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool going through that, took a lot of pressure off.
Yeah.
However, I would be anxious when I would arrive to set. But when I got there, they would just tell me certain actions they would want me to do.
Mhm.
Before, they would also give me my character breakdown and all of that. So that was helpful. During the process, I've learned how to really study my character and come prepared to portray that character in regards to whether I had lines. So I think preparation has continued to be the key part of me successfully fulfilling what I was supposed to do on set.
Are you feeling more relaxed?
Yes,
Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
completely. I think as long as I go in there fully rested, fully just
Mhm.
prepared, I think that it's been a great just time to go in and meet all of these new people and just get to know all of these different things behind the scene, and just seeing it come to fruition on screen has been just the biggest celebratory experience ever. So, yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You can take it for granted and you can
Oh,
think
yeah.
like, oh, being on a set's easy.
Right.
But it's really very draining because you said, oh, I need to make sure I get enough rest. And I
Exactly.
tell that to actors all the time. They call me, they're nervous. I get to shoot tomorrow. I go, what time are you going to bed? They're like, I don't know. I go to bed like 11:30, 12. I'm like, no, you have to be on set at 6:30. It's 7:30. You need to go to bed right now. They're
Yes.
like, what? I'm like, I don't care if you sleep, just lay down, relax. When you show up and you have 50 people looking at you,
Mhm.
I mean, it could be less, could be a smaller crew, could be a dozen, but it could be 100.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you and they're expecting you to shine after you've
Yes.
been waiting for, let's say, 3 to 4 hours in hair and makeup. And there was an adjustment that needed to be made on set. Maybe, a prop needed to be brought in. There's so many different things that can go wrong
Yes.
or just are really part of the creation process.
Mhm.
I never like to look at it in a negative light. It's a positive light, but that's time you're waiting.
Yeah.
And waiting can wear you out.
Yes, it can.
Yeah,
Yes, it can.
that's fantastic. I'm so excited for you. Is there one in particular that, a favorite moment that you can recall?
I think it was probably my very first commercial. I think my favorite moment was when I walked on set and I was just bombarded with the "Hi, welcome here." Like, they were so welcoming and so warming to the point where it kind of disarmed all of the anxiousness that I had going on.
You're like, I'm
And
loved. People love me. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And so even still today, I think that cast and crew was like just phenomenal. And I'm so grateful that that was my first
Mhm.
experience. So,
That's a beautiful thing.
oh yeah.
And remember, it's really just begun for you.
Yes.
And then it becomes about where do you want to go with this? Like some people are more commercial lifestyle
Yeah.
actors. Other people go, Dustin, I want to learn this other acting thing.
Yeah.
this Netflix series acting thing, and I want to learn about drama, and I want to learn about, or maybe not, maybe it's comedy, maybe it's sitcom, but getting your feet wet in a regional market in
Mhm.
commercials, it really teaches you expectations, teaches
Yeah.
you to take it professionally, and not that you wouldn't, but still, like
Yes.
you have an idea of what you're going to do, and then when you do it, it's very different. And now, hopefully, especially top of New Year, we're filming this podcast. You can think about, where do I want to go?
Yeah.
Have you put a little time or energy into that?
I have. I have. So initially, the goal was to get into more TV. And
Right.
so commercial just came and came and came and came.
Right.
And so right now, some of my goals, honestly, for 2026 is to get more national commercials and also try to venture off into more TV instead of just commercial. I love commercial and it's been fun, but
Yeah.
I definitely want to continue to push forward in that direction.
So when you say TV, and
Mhm.
then I'll put on the agent hat, what type of TV work?
Ooh, that's a good question.
See, because remember, daytime's different than prime time, which is
Yes.
different than sitcom. And then you
Yes.
have late night, or are you saying TV that you see on a television? Or are you saying streaming platforms? You see? So
Mm.
you have to really start to get specific.
Right.
And what happens sometimes with actors is they're not specific. They have this idea of what they want.
Yeah.
It's kind of like saying, well, I want to build a house. You're like, well, what kind of house do you want to build?
Yes.
You need to know what state you want to build the house in. And I don't mean where you need to be, but still the state has to do with the type of terrain, the type of programming you want to watch.
Yeah.
And then think, where do I fit within that programming?
Right.
Am I the lead? Am I the best friend? A lot of times for actors, it's going to start with what they call under fives, having just 5 lines.
Mhm.
What do those parts look like? And that way, as you're focusing, you're getting more and more specific. Because I always say the killer of all art is generality. If you
Mm.
approach things in a general way, right?
Yes.
You get really specific as an artist, and then it's easier to accomplish what you want because you're telling the industry, this is what I'm looking for. And we can reciprocate that and give that to you.
Right.
But we need to know that.
Mhm.
And where that begins is with the artists themselves.
Oh my goodness, I love that you even broke that down because I was very general, but I mean, I guess to make it a bit more specific,
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in comedy. I'm definitely also interested in a bit more drama. So if you take me to Netflix, let's go to Netflix. If you
Right.
take me to, I don't know, some late night comedy show, that's fine too.
Right.
But
Well, and now I'm going to say,
mhm.
focus on one at a time.
Ooh,
Yeah. Pick a spot and really focus. Have the same experience you had in commercials
right,
and, let's say, comedy. And then maybe you go, okay, I don't know if this is quite right for me. Or maybe you're doing
mhm,
comedy auditions and you're not getting any bites.
right,
Sometimes the industry itself will tell you what it wants you to do. And we can fight it and say, well, I want to be this type.
yeah.
But it's so competitive
Mhm.
that if all of a sudden a door would open to say, let's do drama, you might go, okay, this
Yeah.
is what it's telling me I'm right for. Let's do this. But always remember that each win helps you climb the ladder. And so
True.
it's about winning. And as artists, we want to always be careful that we don't get too focused on what we want. We want to know what we want, but then we want to see what wins we're getting and then
Yeah.
use the wins to keep positioning ourselves into a better place in the industry. And that's how then you can open the doors ultimately you want to open.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Again, challenging me here.
That's my job. My job is to challenge you. You've done a fantastic job starting out. We're all very proud of you,
Thank you.
and it's great having you on today. And this is about getting to know new talent, established talent, and talking about the industry because it's something that we all love and we can learn from each other.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I felt like even just my journey getting to these opportunities, I felt like me just meeting people like you and, just the rest of the talented people that I've ran into from Leighton, I've been able to learn so much. And
Yeah.
that has honestly encouraged me and geared me into the direction of running into more opportunities. So it's interesting that you even say that. So I appreciate you even pushing me and, trying to steer me in the right direction from your expertise alone. So,
Yeah. Well, we're always here for you. And we always say, and I like to end the podcast a lot of times saying that the best part about Leighton Agency is our talent.
uh,
And we're really grateful for you.
thank you.
Thank you.